Hi everyone, we're at the Austal shipyard in Australia, right outside Perth. I am with Ben Felton, who used to be our contributor. So Ben, good morning.
Morning, Xavier. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. A little bit jet lag, but great to be back in Australia.
West Coast this time.
Yeah, absolutely. My first time here on the West Coast. So we are here at Austal, pretty interesting shipyard. They are currently involved in a number of programs for the Royal Australian Navy as well as for exports. What are those?
So Austal's currently on contract to build 10 of these Evolved Cape-class patrol boats for the Royal Australian Navy, and there's also a possibility they're going to build some for the Australian Border Force, because our Defence Strategic Review back in 2023 recommended that the Navy and the Border Force operate the same vessels. They will be built within the Department of Defence and then operated separately. So the Border Force currently has 8 normal Cape-class, and they're looking at potentially ordering some Evolved Cape-classes. Another big program which we can't show is the Guardian class. So Austal's building 22 of those for very specific island countries, including Timor-Leste. Some of those have been armed with 50 caliber machine guns. So that's Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, Tonga, with or without the support of the Australian government. So those are kind of the current programs.
There's another vessel behind the Evolved Cape class that's currently being trialed by Austal for autonomy trials.
Yes, that's the former HMAS Maitland, which is an L1AL class patrol boat. And a few years ago, Austal, in partnership with the Commonwealth, bought it off the Commonwealth for $1 when it was decommissioned, and they've retrofitted it with a whole lot of autonomy software, so they can perform autonomous missions. And that's been very successful from what Austal have told us.
And the reason we were here, Ben, is that your Minister for Defence Industry made an announcement this morning regarding Landing Craft or the Australian Army.
Yeah, so the Minister for Defence Industry, Pat Conroy, announced this morning that they've approved the purchase of 18 Landing Craft Medium, which will be built here by Austal to a boat designed by an Australian company called Birdon. That competition's been running for a little while. We've covered that before at Indo-Pacifics. And it was announced, I believe, last year that they would be built here. What's been announced today is that that contract's been signed, it's happening, the money is there, and it's about roughly $2 billion. They're going to start construction on the first one next year, and that's going to be delivered to the Navy in 2026. They're also going to build 8 heavy landing craft here, which are going to be 3,000 to 5,000 tons, so very, very large vessels, which are going to start entering service from, I think, 2027, 2028, and being built into the 2030s. And then finally, Austal might potentially be one of the companies in the running to actually build Australia's new general purpose frigates.
All right, let's hear from the Minister now.
Today is another milestone in those 2 important themes of the DSR: continuous naval shipbuilding and the transformation of the Australian Army into one focused on littoral manoeuvre. To enable littoral manoeuvre, we need to invest in landing craft for the Australian Army. We are committing to building 26 very significant landing craft for the Australian Army. 18 landing craft medium, which will be around 500 tonnes in size, and 8 landing craft heavy that will be 3,000 to 5,000 tonnes. As big as a frigate, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm announcing today that the Albanese Labor government has formally approved the first stage of that project, which is the $2 billion project to build 18 landing craft medium at Austal using a Birdon design.